Hey, this is Andrew Brown, and there's a few things I want to cover here. The first thing with AMIs is that I want to show you how to take an AMI that is not encrypted and encrypt it. The other one is copying an AMI to another region, as those are the two major things that AWS likes you to know for the exams, basically. And that's usually the two edge cases for AMIs. So what we'll do is make our way over to EC2. I'm going to go ahead and launch a new instance because we're going to create an AMI from an existing EC2 instance. I'm going to actually go over to our GitHub repo, and I figured we could just launch this with an Apache server. So I'm going to go make my way over into VPCs and NACLs. That one always seems to be a really good one for us here. And down below, we just have this bash template, which is what I want. So I'm just going to say Apache to server, and I'm going to go down here to T2 micro, which is fine. Actually, I'm going to choose a T3 micro. I don't know. I just feel like I want to utilize that today. And let's actually take a look at the AMI. So if we go here and browse, we can see all of our AMIs. And notice here that we have our free tier ones here on the left-hand side. Make note of the AMI IDs here because often you have to grab these programmatically. And that's something that we will need to do at some point here. But we have this one here, which is UEFI preferred, meaning that if it can, it will always use UEFI, but there's a chance that it could use, it could end up using the legacy BIOS. I think that's really dependent on what instance type you choose. Then over here, notice we have ARM. So if we just switch over here, it's going to end up using this one here. In fact, let's use ARM today because ARM is very efficient and great. Notice that it shows us the root device type. This is going to be EBS. So that means it's going to have elastic block storage attached to it. This is using HVM. It's very hard to see something that's not using HVM these days. And it has ENA enabled. We could just go over here for a second and go to the AWS Marketplace. There's a lot of cool things here. I think I showed in the slides about security, and one that's very popular is CIS. So if you go here and type in CIS, we can see we have the CSI benchmark, and there's two different levels. I think level 2 is more secure, but if we type in 2023, we could find that one there. But notice this costs money, so if we select this, it'll tell us the product details, how we use it, and stuff like that. Sometimes these things are free, and then you pay a subscription that is, you bring in a key, so you're not necessarily paying through Amazon, you might pay through the product another way. But generally, they'll have a cost there, and you can factor that in. But it'll show you, should show you the monthly cost here, at least it used to, pricing. Not the best, but it might be on the market page. So these also have an external page that you can do that. And basically, that is something you can do there. Then there are community AMIs, and this is basically if you make an AMI public, anyone can utilize it. So we have a bunch of architectures here and root device types and stuff. So if we want to find something with instance store, we could checkbox that on, and we could find them. If you wanted something with Gentoo, you could do that as well. Definitely not going to be with instance store, but we can uncheck that. And so that is our options there. But I'm going to go back and cancel this because I want to stick with the Amazon Linux 2023 AMI image. So we have this as a T3 micro. So this should be fine. And we'll go down here. And the thing is that normally your EBS volumes, I'm not sure if they're encrypted by default now. So at one point they were not encrypted by default. Let me just take a look here. EBS optimized image. Let me just find it here. All right, sorry, here it is. And the reason I'm confused is because this UI used to look way different, and I generally do everything programmatically. But anyway, over here, if we go to advanced, it might show us somewhere here the encryption option. Here it is. And so basically, we can encrypt this, but I'm going to leave it as not encrypted because I want to show that use case by copying AMI. So what we'll do is go down below here, and we'll just grab our script. We don't really need a script, but I'm going to put it in here anyway. And I just want to bring this all back to the wall. I wish there was I was trying to de-indent it, but it wasn't working. I was trying to do tab space, or shift tab to do that. But anyway, so if we go up here, that looks good, great. We'll go ahead and launch this instance. I'm not going to launch it with a key pair today. I do not care. And we'll launch that instance. And I'll be back here in a moment when it's finished launching, okay? All right, so our Apache server is ready. I just want to show you how easy it is to create an instance, or sorry, an AMI. And it's somewhere here, image and templates. So notice we can create an image right here. And if I click it, we'll have some options. So we can name our image, give it a description, whether we want to reboot it or not. The instance volumes, whether we want to encrypt it after the fact. Not sure why we can't checkbox that there, but I suppose that's fine. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to go and utilize the actual CLI command, because I think that's a better way of learning how to utilize this. And one thing I want to do is I want to create our AMI first. So we'll say AWS. I guess you'd encrypt it when you copy it, right? You couldn't create and encrypt it at the same time, so that kind of makes sense. We'll go ahead and type in AWS EC2, create image instance ID. We'll go ahead and grab the instance ID here. And we'll paste that in there. We'll type in name. We'll say my AMI 0000, just so we know which one it is. I'm going to go ahead and hit enter, and that's going to go ahead and create that AMI. While we're waiting, let's go take a look at AMIs here on the left-hand side. I guess I have a catalog now. I assume that's just, oh, okay, it's just the marketplace. And so we're waiting for this to be complete, so we'll just wait a little while there, okay? All right, so after a little wait here, we'll give a refresh here, and we can see that it's now available. What I'm going to do is go ahead and, look at the AMI, because we should know a little bit about it before we proceed here. So we have our image type as machine. I'm not sure what else it would be, but I guess it could be something else. You can see the boot mode here is UEFI preferred, because we understand what the underlying thing is here. We could edit our permissions here if we really wanted to give access to shared accounts or other OUs or other AWS accounts. For the storage, we can see that it's not encrypted, so that's something that we're going to want to resolve. So what I want to do is I want to copy this AMI into another region. I'm right now in North Virginia, and so I want to bring this over into CA Central 1. So what I'll do here is I'll go ahead and type in AWS EC2 copy image. And I'm going to go ahead and type in source region. So this is from US East 1. And we'll type in the source image ID, which is this ID here. Okay. And then we'll type in the name. We'll say my copied AMI. And I'm going to switch the region to CA Central 1. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm also going to encrypt EBS in encrypted. We'll hit enter. Hopefully I typed all that right. There we go. And so now what I'll do is make my way over to CA Central 1. And that should now be creating. We'll just wait a moment, okay? All right, so let's take a look here, give this a refresh. And so this is now available. And so we should have successfully copied this to another region. If we check our storage, it is now encrypted. So that's pretty much all I really wanted to show you. There is more to do with AMIs when we're talking about launch types or launch templates and launch configurations, which I'm not seeing it here anymore. Is launch configurations gone now? Launch configurations, AWS. Is it gone? The reason why I'm not sure is because I've been using launch templates for such a long time. At one point, I only used launch configurations, and so I'm looking at this and going, where the heck did they go? Are they just simply gone now? Did AWS get rid of launch configurations? Because there's not really much reason to use them anymore. Starting 2023, launch configurations do not support any new Amazon EC2 instance type. So I guess they're gone. Well, that's all right. But yeah, I hadn't even noticed that they were gone. But anyway, let's go ahead and get rid of this AMI. So we'll deregister it. There we go. And just remember that those snapshots might not vanish. So we'll have to double check here in a moment. Snapshots do... eat up space and they will cost you money, so make sure you delete them. We're going to make our way over to AMI over here by going to EC2, and we'll go to AMI, and we'll go ahead and, well, we got to switch regions, I guess, and we'll deregister this one as well. And I'm going to make my way over to snapshots here, as I do want to get rid of those, but I need to wait for that AMI to deregister. So, oh, deregister that fast? Well, that's great. And so you can see I have a bunch of snapshots here. This is all junk. I'm going to go ahead and just select all of these. So if I can get rid of them. Recycle bin? What's that? Protects your EBS snapshots and Amazon AMIs from accidental deletion. Okay, pretty straightforward. Didn't know they had that now, but whatever. We'll go ahead and delete it. There's always something new. We'll go ahead and delete that as well. There we go, and I will see you in the next one, okay? Ciao.